All right, video 2 continued. So our next problems are going to be a little word problem. If the area of a square is 42 square inches, that's supposed to be inches, whoops. What is greater, the side of the square or square root of 50? Well, what is the side of a square that is, or if the area is 42 inches, you're going to want to find the square root of it to find the side of it. So you'd want to do, yes, square root of 42 is 6.48. Oh, 8. And then what is bigger, square root of 50? Well, what's square root of 50? No. 7.07. Yes, if you look, 50 is bigger, but you have to know that the side, to find the side, you would have to actually find the square root of that, the area. So this is going to be like 3 points, 1, and then you would want to say which one's bigger. So you would want to say the side of the square or square root of 50, and you would want to somehow show that it's bigger. Okay? The next ones we're going to do, list the roots. If you look, that it says roots. What does that mean? There's more than one. What? Can you use a calculator? Yes. So second, find the square root of 6.25. It's 2.5. But I'm missing one. You will only get 1 point for that. What am I missing? Negative 2.5. Ian, please stop talking. Okay, you need both of them. Square root of 225 over square root of 144. There's a negative on the outside, so I have negative. Square root of 225 is, anybody know off the top of their head?
No. It is 225 is 13 or 14.
15.
Ha, I was right.
Close. And then 144, though, is 12. Now, what do you think I'm going to ask you to do after this? Not a decimal. We're going to simplify it. 15 and 12 can both be divided by 3. So it's negative 5 over 4. And I don't care if you put it into a mixed number. Okay, next one is you have to solve one that it says 3 here, y inside, so that means the cube root, and then 3. How do I get rid of this here, this cube root? Remember? Not just by itself. You have to cube it, right? You have to cube it. So this will go away. So I have to do the same thing to this side. Y equals, what's 3 times 3 times 3 is? 27. Done. For that one. Okay, and then a new restaurant ordered 25 tables. If they are arranged in a square, how many in each row? So the square has all the same size sides, right? So you have to find the square root of 25, which would be 5 tables. Okay, and then what is the perimeter if the area is 64? This is a 2-step problem. First of all, the area is 64. What does that mean each side is? Well, it's a square. I have to find the square root of 64. What is the square root of 64? 8. Why would it not be negative 8 in this situation? But
we haven't verified that it's negative.
There's no negative, and it's distance. Whenever you're talking about distance, it's always going to be a positive number. Okay, so the square root of 64 is 8. That means that each side length is 8. How do I find perimeter? Well, I do 4 times the side, or I do all the sides added up. So 8 plus 8 plus 8 plus 8. So the perimeter is equal to 8 times 4. I should have switched that, but that's okay. 32. Whatever, if say it's inches, I want to make sure to label it inches because that will be a point. Okay? And the last one that we are going to do is we are going to plot a non-perfect square. So this really what you need to do is you need to find the whole numbers that it's between. So what would be the bigger perfect square? Remember, perfect squares are, so what would 57 would be between? Yeah, so 64 and 49, right? So you have to show me that, what's the square root of 49? And this is 8. So we can do on here, this is say 7, 8. This is my number line. I'm counting by whole numbers. It's going to be between here somewhere, but it's got to be closer, a little closer to one than the other. So 49 and 57, how many is there a difference there? 8. And 57 and 64. I think it's 7, isn't it? So it's going to be closer to square root of, it's going to be really close, and I don't think your number on your test will be this close. But you're going to want to show that it's closer to the 8. Just like, okay, so let's say this was 59 or even 60. So we would actually put it like here. It's not going to be that. But if you put it, say, here, that would be a point off because it's not closer to 7. It should be closer to 8. Okay?